So today we got a question from Tim, who said he's 40 years old. He's been doing jiu-jitsu for about 4 years now, and he's down in weight. He said he's on my lifting program that I sell on my website. He says he's 6'4", 235 pounds now, down from 310 pounds. It's impressive. He said jiu-jitsu saved my life. I'm now at a spot with my training where I feel I have a solid defense, but I just can't seem to sharpen technique and form any sort of decent offense as a blue belt. So he says, so many quit at blue belt, but I'm in this, for the long haul. But where do I go, Chewy? I'm lost in a blue sea of blue belt blues. Tim. So bro, thank you for the question. So two things right out of the gate before we actually get to the tips. Number one, jiu-jitsu didn't save your life. My lifting program didn't help you, or didn't make you lose the weight. You did that. Bro, take pride in that. You did that. You did something that's unfathomable to some people. You lost over 70 pounds, bro. Some people, that seems just insurmountable. They cannot possibly do that. And you did that. Now, jiu-jitsu and the lifting program that I sell may have been helpful to you, might have been an aid, but ultimately you did that. Take pride in that. The second thing is, in your message, you said you can't get it, you can't get this offense going. Don't use the word can't. It's a terrible word when we're talking about doing something that you absolutely can do. Now, it's going to take some focus, but you can do it. Now, the ideas that I'm going to share with you are very simple, but I'm going to give you a few things to chew on that'll hopefully be able to give you maybe some thoughts and some guidance towards direction in your game right now. So, jumping into it, jiu-jitsu can be overwhelming with the amount of options that you have at your disposal, especially as a blue belt who's got decent defense. Because, I've used this analogy before, but when you're a white belt, you're drowning, bro, right? Because you're trying to tread water and stay afloat, and you're constantly being submitted left and right. The better your defense gets, the longer you're on the mat, and you're not getting submitted, it's almost like treading water. It's like you're swimming and you're able to keep yourself afloat. Now you can keep your head above water, and now you're in a unique position where it's like, okay, where do I want to go? And to steal your blue sea kind of thing, imagine being in the middle and all you can see is a big, vast blue sea. You don't see any land masses anywhere, and you just have to choose a direction and start to paddle and go in the right direction. That's kind of where you are. The reason why I say it this way is because what you're going to have to do when it comes to picking a direction for your game to set up your offense is you're going to have to stay really focused for a while. We'll talk more about this in a second. And you have to be rid of any sort of need for certainty. So first off, when you pick a direction for your game, a couple things maybe to think about. One is picking something that interests you. Maybe there's a particular position or sweep or submission or whatever it is that you're wanting to get better at, and you find something and you're like, this seems interesting. That might be a good place to go because you're going to be interested in it. It's easier to train when you're interested in the position. Another place is to think about where your game already is and find something that connects to it. So let's say if you're really good at, holding half guard or something. Maybe you think about using some offense from half guard instead of going to a completely different guard. Trying to connect your game to the next step in the direction you're going. So those are a couple ideas. But once you choose a direction, you've got to be willing to see that direction for a while because it's not going to work in the beginning. It's just not going to happen. A lot of times when you start messing with new positions, new technique, it fails left and right. Now that failure is nothing more than feedback. It's telling you, hey, here's what's going on. This is the thing that you have to understand about anybody that you watch, anybody that you see that is really good at jiu-jitsu. Every one of their techniques that they've really nailed, every one of their positions that they have down pat, every one of those is built on a mountain of failures, right? You may have not seen them, but that's where it is. It's all these failures that give us the feedback that then we can learn from to make the position of the technique works. And I tend to stick to positions and techniques and focuses for at least a month, 4 weeks at least. You could do it longer, but at least 4 weeks, I'll focus on that position as much as I can to get a good read as to, is this working for me? Should I move on to something else? Or maybe I should stick with this a little bit longer. You can do whatever you want to. That's my starting point generally is 4 weeks. Now, the other part of it that I said with the getting rid of the need for certainty. A lot of times when people, this is true in life too, right? So many parallels from jiu-jitsu in life, right? There are a lot of times when people want to pick a direction, they need certainty. They want to know that they're going in the right direction. They're going in the correct course, that there's going to be something waiting for them when they get over to the other side, right? The thing is just like in that big blue ocean, there's no certainty any direction, right? You might go this direction, there may be nothing. You might go in that direction, there may be something. You don't know. And it's this way with your jiu-jitsu game. When you pick a direction to move in with your techniques and your game and everything else, who knows what's going to happen? You might try to use a particular guard or a particular submission, and it just doesn't work. It just completely flops. Now, the important thing to understand is that everything that you learn that you're not good with, or everything that you find that seems to be problematic for your game or whatever, that's all useful knowledge in the end, right? It's going to be useful for you down the road. But again, it's frustrating because that's there. But that's just the nature of the beast. Nothing that you're going to do in jiu-jitsu is ever certain. Any certainty that you might be looking for is an illusion, and you just start to pick directions and you move towards them. As I said, finding things that are maybe close to your game already is a really helpful place to start. But again, there's never any certainty. And I just say that because a lot of times when people are sort of trying to pick a direction for themselves, they want to have they want that security that they're going to get something for their time, but there is no such thing. And so going back to it, pick a direction. Again, you can pick something you're interested in, pick something that connects with your game, but pick a direction offensively to move towards. And again, doesn't matter what you choose. Don't worry about if it's the right way to do it or the right direction or the wrong direction, whatever. You just pick one and you just go. And then from there, stick there for a while. Stay focused. That's a hard thing to do. A lot of times people like to come into the gym and just move around a little bit. You're going to have to stay focused for a while. But see it through, and then, again, you'll start to get the feedback from the failed options or the failed attempts, and that's what's going to sharpen your offensive abilities. So just a few ideas to chew on for yourself, Tim, and hopefully it's useful to you. And guys, I'll talk to you next time.